All right, what's up, y'all? So, this is a new series I'm starting on the channel. It's called Revved Up, and it stands for revelations that I have gained since I have turned 40 years old. I turned 40 February 4th of this year, so shout out to all of the Aquarians if you're watching. And I feel like I'm at a great spot. Everything isn't perfect. Everything isn't where I want it to be in life, but what is? I don't feel like we ever reach a point where everything in our life is exactly the way that we want it to be. So for this Revved Up series, I'm going to be dropping revelations on faith, fitness, health, jobs, my writing. I'm an author, publishing consultant rather, poet. I'm going to be talking about all of those different things. And so to kick it off, and these are going to be pretty short videos, so you may see the same outfits on some of them. Don't be surprised if y'all see this shirt again in one of the later videos. But I want to talk about unk status. And I can't speak to the aunties because I'm unk in most people's eyes. And it's so interesting to me when you hear the younger generation talking about what qualifies somebody as unk status. A lot of people I'm seeing now even saying 30 years old is unk status. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's crazy. Now, mind you, I was an uncle at 30, but that's neither here nor there. Unk status as far as, okay, you're the older one. People may see you as a little bit old. Maybe some of the things that you're into are not as trendy as what's going on now. And you're kind of considered the throwback Thursday, if you will. So I don't have a problem with that at all, because these unks and aunties are out here looking healthy. They're looking younger than what they are. So, hey, I have no problem with that. And I feel like any day that I wake up is to be celebrated. So I have no problem sharing my age. And I think it's a blessing, me personally. Some people don't really like to share their age. I know the ladies, not to be sexist, but I know sometimes we had that more so with the ladies. And it's fine, to each his own. But I feel like, again, every day that we have is a blessing. So I was thinking back to a few things that I feel like probably would put me in that category of unk status. So one thing, my bones pop a lot, like my hip or my knees. I'm not saying they're aching, but if I'm sitting still for a minute and I get up, you might hear a crack or two, and that's all right. It's okay. Also, it is mandatory for me to stretch before every workout. I have to do it. I can't just get in there and start running or start lifting weights. No, I gotta stretch. So if I'm doing a 45-minute workout, almost 5 minutes of that, I would say, is stretching, because you don't do it and then there's other bad things that start happening. Also, the little things in life I just really look forward to, like coming home and sitting down, not doing anything, maybe having a glass of wine, something like that. I'm not really into the hard liquors anymore either. I used to be. I'll get into that in another Revved Up video as part of the reason why I'm not. It's not necessarily all by choice. But I like what I like. For instance, I like overalls. I know that's a 90s thing. Maybe people think it's kind of country, but they are coming back. You see a lot of people wearing overalls. As a matter of fact, there was an interview with Nelly and Ashanti on the Breakfast Club recently where Nelly had on a pair of overalls. I was like, see, everybody's wearing them. It's not just some thing of the past. So y'all let me know what you feel about being unk or auntie status, if you are that. And if you aren't, whether you are or you're not, what age do you feel like qualifies you as unk status, and what all does that entail? Another thing too, for unk status or auntie status, most of them do not have kids. So you're an aunt or an uncle to everybody else's kids. And that's kind of my situation, because I don't have kids. I did want kids when I was younger, but now at the age of 40, I've really started to reevaluate. Do I really want to bring a child into this current state of the world? I know the world will never be perfect, but I think everybody can agree that if we look at 1985 when I was born compared to present day, there's just a lot more things that kids coming up have to deal with and that they're exposed to that I would have never even thought of being exposed to back then. So that's something to think about. And I'm at this age now where I'm cool with coming and going as I please. And, you know, I hear people talking about, I have a lot of married friends and they got to take their kids to school practice and, you know, games and recitals and all this stuff. And that's great. That's beautiful. But I'm just sitting there like I have nothing to contribute here because I don't have kids. So, but I do love kids and I love being uncle to other people's kids because that way I get to play with them and tell them they're cute and maybe do things that their parents wouldn't do and send them on back. So let me know what y'all think about that unk status and also just being 40. If you're in the 40 club, approaching the 40 club, what do you feel about it? And did you have any reservations? Were there any moments of trepidation that you had about turning 40, or were there any revelations that you had yourself about turning 40 or things that you like about it? So this is gonna be a fun journey. So y'all buckle in. These are gonna be pretty short videos. So that's it. That's my time for this week. But make sure you tune in because I'm gonna be dropping a lot more of these to come. Peace.